Stampeding masses burst from congested plazas, while crowded transit arteries overflow beyond containment. Steel barricades skid across pavement under concentrated pressure. Elevated walkways tremble beneath accelerating footfalls. Cavitation towers shake as waves of bodies collide through narrowing roads. Storefront grills ride against relentless impact. Discarded objects spin through
turbulent intersection. Emergency fears dripping deep, converging streams. Temporary fencing collapses into scattered debris. Warning beaten vanish behind expanding surges. Voices merge into a continuous wall of noise, and every surrounding block absorbs another eruption of collective force, driven by escalation, urgency, and uncontrollable momentum. Distinction dissolves beneath swelling numbers as separate clusters combine into larger connectivity. Tempests inside mounting pressure. Directional guidance loses influence over accelerating crowds.
warning messages vanish in overwhelming volume. Reaction spreads faster than coordination. Restraint weakens through constant reinforcement, and the entire district drifts toward disorder through accumulating force. A shared impulse without limitation. Need ambition. Overloaded stairwells funneled in streams in the crowded concourses. Like the railings bend beneath concentrated weight. Abandoned kiosks disappear beneath shifting feet. Access gates collapse under repeated impacts. Utility fixtures sway beside congested junctions. Shattered panels scattered through turbulent air. Emergency routes clogged with converging bodies. Elevated platforms shake beneath uninterrupted. Directional markers vanish beneath debris.
Communicate becomes impossible beneath the constant roar. An entire sector turn into instability as expanding numbers and shared acceleration overwhelm every minute, ever eventually restore structure or joy.
Individual purpose disappears inside the larger surges. Clustered groups combine into moving walls of pressure. Damaged trucks absorb repeated shocks from every direction. Converging routes feed additional intensity into crowded zones. Temporary obstacles are swept aside without recognition. Surrounding boundaries lose significance beneath overwhelming presence. And each fresh arrival amplifies a force already driving escalation forward through accumulation.
Need ambition. Need ambition. Need ambition.
Action reaction in environment advance to widespread disorder through persistence volume and the overwhelming force of collective motion without restraint or limitation.
Roar predators continue channeling unstoppable rhythms. Fractured barriers mark former attempts at containment.
Compressed ranks push through confusion, impact without slowing. Concentrated pressure spreads through every connected route and gathering point and armor reaction speeds reaction.
Avalanche debris crashes through fractured atriums while suspended platforms steer free from corroded anchor points. Concrete fragments ricochet to spores. Cages twisted girders scrape against collapsing walls. Shattered stairwells descend into dust. Avoid utility shafts split open under shifting loads. Fractured blazing bursts outward. Glittering storms of debris. Maintenance bridges buckle and fold into lower chambers. Ruptured conduit sparks through drifting particulate. Heavy panels slam onto unstable flooring. Vibration travels through damaged foundations, and every surviving struggles against a chain reaction. Mechanical failure spreading from one broken connection to the next. Beneath the settling dust, hidden fractures continue widening through exhausted. We can join surrender without warning. Displaced masses grind against structural remnants. Unstable surfaces shed fresh debris into hollow interiors. Fractured migrate forward, compromise zones. Resistance diminishes with each impact, and the remaining integrity approaches a final point of surrender through relentless under beneath relentless force exposure structure.
I require healing.
Overburdened processor. Hurries grind through endless task queues while cooling manifolds. Force heated air into crowded service chambers. Transformer stacks vibrate beneath excessive demand. Relay clusters chatter with our paws under load.
Distribution cabinets rattle beside overloading conduit diagnostic panels flow with escalating fault indicator storage banks struggle beneath continuous transfer pressure back on models engaging rapid succession without recovery time rotating drives humming critical thresholds containment houses tremble round stress regulators warning strobes pulse through mechanical haze and every connected assembly absorbs more strain than operational limits were ever intended to endure.
Remaining capacity shrinks beneath uninterrupted. Consumption is util to levels climb to a dangerous margin.
Response intervals lengthened through congested pathways, thermal accumulation spreads between neighboring assemblies, protection mechanisms activate without restoring equilibrium. Stressed equipment redirects additional burden into saturated sectors. Tolerance erodes with every passing moment, and the entire installation advances toward critical through the lid of the mountain. Exhaustion. Exhaustion. Tense equipment wrestle with escalating intensity. Raw level work, writing models redirect excessive demand through constrained pathways sealed enclosures. Trap expanding heat around critical components. Switching arrays hesitate beneath continuous pressure. Monitoring interfaces filled with cascading alerts. Support mounts vibrate against stress frames. Emergency bypasses force additional burden in a weakened section. Storage clusters choke beneath uninterrupted activity. Environmental controls lose effectiveness against rising temperatures. Warning counters accelerate beyond